Welcome, fellow rollers, to Holy Rollerz Special Ops. I'm your DM, Ryan, and we're going to get started with some introductions. Here are players. Matt, you want to go first tonight?
Yes, my name is Matt. I'm also Sage of Sorcery. I play Sister Fadaver, the Paladin of Bestera, the goddess of healing and protection. I am also the co-DM. At times.
Lulu.
Lulu says it's okay.
Yes, hello. I am Mabel, as known on... Sorry, everyone, I just realized I had the sound on Twitch and I could hear myself twice. It was very confusing.
That's the worst.
I'm professional. Yeah, I'm known as Mabel on Twitch, but today I'm playing Lavender, the Paladin of Vahara. It's going to be a fun time. Looking forward to it.
Scarlet Moth, glad to have you back.
Hello, it has been a long time between roles indeed. I'm Scarlet Moth. I'm playing Aelin, who is a cleric / warlock of Vorda.
John? Oh, sorry.
Yes, going to have a fun little catch up with the group and with Lavender.
Yes. John?
My name is John Christie. I'm a voice actor, but today I'm playing Thora Mikitas, a druid of Finhefara.
And Tommy?
My name is Tommy. I am playing Odelia, who's a cleric of Moiris.
She's a wet goddess. Very wet.
And we also want to thank Jeff. He's our sound guy. You won't see his face, but he's doing everything in the background. So thanks, Jeff.
We love you, Jeff.
We love you, Jeffrey.
I don't know you, but I highly esteem you as a human being.
Thanks, guys.
So let's do a little recap here. So last time on Special Ops, the party engaged some boggles along with another fae disguised as a child named Tabitha. They defeated the fae, but though Tabitha escaped, and discovered that the children were addicted to a drug called milfoil viburnum, a drug that's made from a rare purple plant that is not native to this part of the world. The parents of the children had also been drugged by some other substance, inducing a coma-like sleep. The party took the family to the chapel in East River. Along the way, they were greeted by a pair of just blades who were so sleep-deprived that they were barely functioning. They told the party to check in with Knight Commander Lane if they wanted to help with the problem. And they also mentioned that one of the only remedies that seemed to work for the nightmares was an herbal tea that was being provided at the tavern called the Windy Goose. So at that point, the party split, with Sister Fadaver and Odelia taking the family to the chapel, while Thora and Lavender headed to the Windy Goose Tavern to find out more about this remedy. At the chapel, Sister Fadaver and Odelia met Hope Master Gendlin and two other clergy, a 50-something-year-old man named Remy, who was seemingly going senile, and a tall 22-year-old woman named Bastina. Gendlin examined the farmers, but she was herself afflicted by this problem with the nightmares. She mentioned that one had even come to life and attacked her. She called for the help of Ardain Dufour, a shepherd of the night, which Sister Fadaver was keenly aware a shepherd of the night is a devotee of the goddess Shaikraz, the goddess of nightmares, madness, and addiction. Sister Fadaver immediately became suspicious and used detect evil on Ardain, but determined that he was just as good as she was, or she is.
Is that possible?
Yeah. So
don't worry. As soon as Aelin shows up, she'll have a new person to blame.
New person, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So
No problem.
the Pope Master also mentioned that nobody seems to come to chapel anymore. And she and allowed Ardain to speak about the only remedy that seemed to be working was this tea. And so Sister Fadaver, completely suspicious of Ardain, but willing to leave the family in the hands of the Hope Master, hurried Odelia away from the chapel to regroup with the others at the Windy Goose. In the meantime, if you recall from a couple of times ago, Aelin had left in the middle of the night before the party had even met Odelia and were on the way to East River. She had been called away and left nothing but a little note to Lavender, along with Elspeth's evil magnet of a spell book in her pack, saying, "We can't get the bad spells out, so just do with it what you want." And so Aylin has been she's been on a different mission, and Aylin, your mission has brought you back to East River, where you were either told through augury or through directions from Dark Mother Magra that you would be able to reconnect with your party and help them in East River by going to the Windy Goose. So that's where. So you've been there for maybe a half an hour. It's still a little early for a lunch crowd, but inside the Windy Goose, you've seen that there's a lady who's introduced herself as Shonda, a young woman who's keeping the bar, and then a couple of gentlemen sitting at a table and one sitting by himself, just eating like a small, more like it's brunch, but it's not brunch. You know, the time is brunch, but they're having like lunch. They're not like having cucumber sandwiches or anything. Okay.
It sounds evil to me. I think you should investigate.
Yeah,
So-
in what realm is cucumber sandwiches brunch? Can we just-
really.
In what world is cucumber sandwiches considered a substantial food?
Preach,
More the question.
preach, sister.
Yeah. If it ain't got meat, it's not a sandwich.
There's not. Or cheese. Where's the cheese?
Or cheese. Yeah.
Oh, the vegans are offended. What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You can have tofu meat. So Thora and Lavender, you guys head across the river. Oh, and by the way, Jeff is kindly putting the links to the maps in our chat so that you can see what East River looks like. It's like this, kind of. I don't know, that's kind of blurry, but you guys are headed across the river, and you wind past Greswold Manor. It's the complex that was mentioned by Sir Quinn, one of the Just Blades, as the town barracks and sort of city hall, where if you wanted to find the Knight Commander Lane, you would be able to. Again, you notice as you go through the town a lack of street traffic and an odor inconsistent with that of a town in the Republic, as if like garbage hasn't been carried away and people are being kind of lazy with their chamber pots. So continuing past Greswold, you wind through the streets until you reach a decent-sized two-story building with a sign hanging above the door of a blue. The sign has a blue goose in flight. And you want to go in? You guys enter the door. Aylin, where would you like to be sitting while you wait for the party?
At the map. I'm really fighting the urge to do a Lord of the Rings and sit in that one corner of the tavern.
Let me tell you where the gentlemen are seated. There's a gentleman who is in B16. Then there are two men in G14 and H15. They're sharing a table there. And then that woman, Shonda, is moving around, checking on people, but most of her time is occupied behind that bar.
I'm going to go probably up towards... I'll be sitting on one of these round tables at G3.
G3, okay.
So right near the door. Impossible to miss.
Yeah, impossible to miss. So,
Would hope.
Lavender and Thora, you open the door, and lo and behold, it's Halfling.
Can I do a perception check to see if I see Aylin?
You don't even need to. She's right there.
Okay. I thought it would have been funny, but all right. Rejected. You know
The
what?
DM has ruled that you're not a moron.
I'm not allowed to be stupid.
Take the win, Lavender.
No, never. Penalties are fun. What? Sorry.
I was wondering when you'd all show up.
Hello. I mean, Aelin.
Take a seat. I've saved us some.
I'm not
thank you.
usually a day drinker.
I'm not day drinking. Not yet. We'll see how painful this gets.
Well, we left the sister behind, so there's hope.
Oh, she's not here? Oh, fantastic. Well.
Yeah.
I found this ridiculously named tavern, and you have found me, so there is that out of the way.
We weren't looking for you, just to be clear.
Of course you weren't.
I barely realized you were gone, to be honest. It's like, oh, great.
Oh, of course.
Less people.
Thora's just looking back and forth between the two of them as they talk.
Lavender's like constantly shifting, like she's trying to be like chill, but she's also like, I have so many questions.
So, I have news. The object that you were looking for.
Yes.
Was that the solar insidiator?
Lavender doesn't know.
Have you found out anything? Do I have to do all the work around here?
No, yes, of course. I actually have notes on that myself. I, of course, have them in with our new team friend. So you just go ahead and share your information, and I'll share mine later.
New friend?
Yeah, we met a dwarf, dwarf, halfling. She is excitable.
Hey, so Aelin, one thing you notice about Thora and Lavender, they're wet, and it's not raining outside, like head to toe. Not like dripping wet, but like
Damp.
yeah, noticeably damp. Like her hair is kind of frizzing out a little bit as it dries, and they're wet.
Did you just decide to take a dip at the swamp?
Not this time. She is a follower of the god of water, and we got into a slight bit of bother with some boggles. So she apparently tried to drown us in a friendly way.
I see.
Yeah, she doesn't have a drying spell. A little bit of training needed.
Next level.
I would have assumed a paladin such as yourself, with your powers of light and so on and so forth, would have
Light,
Like-
not sunlight, Aelin. I don't have hang out to dry in my repertoire.
well.
I don't suppose you do. Not that I would ask for help. I mean, Thora obviously is asking because it's cold in this bar.
Can I call the barkeep over?
Oh yes. In fact, she was looking for the right moment to cut
Bring a
in.
towel.
You obviously knew each other, but she looks over and sees you glance over and starts coming over and says, can I get you anything?
2 towels would be fantastic if possible.
Towels, okay. Would
A drink.
Your
Would you like
magic
to
never
sandwich?
ceases to amaze, Aelin.
Oh, the best magic is knowing people and being very polite.
Would you like a bite to eat? Maybe some ale?
A bite to eat would be lovely. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm Shonda. Who are you good folks? Out of towners, I take it? We don't get many elves here or your type?
Scratching his head. He goes, Thora, it's very nice to meet you. You run a lovely inn.
Oh, I'm Aelin. I refuse to greet you because I'm grumpy and angry.
But me?
Do you say that out loud?
I say that out loud.
Uh,
She kind of cocks an eye. Well, it sounds like the two of you are doing some kind of catch up here. Aylin is, but she points to Lavender.
That's right.
Excuse me, Lavender.
Pardon?
I'm Aylin. These are my companions, Thora and Lavender.
Wonderful. And what brings you to East River?
Oh, I was just meeting these two in town, hoping to catch up, have some errands to run. Though it looks like they've gotten into a spot of bother on the way here.
Yes, it sure does. Let me run and grab those towels. I'll be right back.
Oh, thank you ever so much.
Yeah, speaking of that spot of bother, actually.
Speaking of it, Lavender, the best kind of magic is when you use the words please and thank you.
Oh, you're so kind, Aylin.
What can I say?
Sharing your information with one such as me.
Well, yes, I'm trying to share my information with you once you are clean and proper and not soaked to the bone.
Soaked in what I can assure you is fresh magical water. The finest blessing the water gods can give. Thor and I certainly actually feel stronger for it. And then she sneezes.
Here you go. Here are a couple of towels.
Oh, thank you.
If you don't mind me asking, how'd you get all wet? I mean, it's not raining out, is it? It was a clear sunny day when I came in.
No, it's not raining.
A blessing from a god.
Oh,
Actually,
are you religious folk?
We are.
Yeah.
Oh, worshippers of Bestera, I presume?
Finhafara, actually. The goddess of nature.
Bahar.
Finhafara. So are you like all naturey in that?
He looks down at his like sackcloth robe and he goes, of a sort, yes.
Oh, okay.
Lavender looks down at her like full-plated metal armor and is like, no.
So you worship who'd you say? Finhafara?
Mm-hmm.
And you two are also priests of Finhafara?
Not quite. I'm just a friend.
Oh, well, just a friend. We like friends
Yes.
here. It's a friendly place here at the Windy Goose. I'll go get you some something to eat.
Tell me, how does a tavern become named after such an animal as the goose? And it's a rather unusual name for a tavern. I'm sure there's a very interesting story behind it.
Yeah, I don't really know. So Mrs. Rainville, she actually owns the place, but she's like 100 or something. I don't know. She's really old, so she just leaves me to run it. But I don't really know history and that kind of stuff. I just know how to cook and clean and serve people.
Well, you're doing a fine job.
Sorry, I don't suppose you make tea, do you?
Oh yes, finest tea we have. In fact, the tea that Mrs. Rainville has had us cook up here has been the blessing to this town. I tell you what. Have you heard about the nightmares? Nightmares everywhere.
I sure have.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what my friend and I came here for today.
Yes. Those gentlemen right over there. She points to the two at the table. They're here for their for some tea. Said they hadn't had a nightmare in days since they started taking the tea.
I don't suppose you've heard of anyone who isn't helped by the tea.
Not a one. No unhappy customers
100% success rate.
so far, or at least they haven't complained. Would you like some? Do you have nightmares? Any bad dreams?
I would love to try some of this tea.
Okay. Well, I'll bring some right out.
100% success? No one has 100% success with anything.
This is something
you would
magical
know,
for
wouldn't
sure.
you?
I would. No one makes a mistake in my place. I couldn't help but notice you said you were a friend. Ashamed of your connections, are we?
No, just don't want to cause any panic. I don't go around with the need to flaunt myself so much.
Some
Besides,
of us aren't ashamed.
when you look such as myself, it can be difficult to get people to trust you. I am simply doing my part to lessen any moral outrage or panic.
I never took you for the type, but if you want a wardrobe update, I'm more than willing to go shopping.
I'd rather get advice from even Sister Fodavera than you, my dear.
Oh.
Oh,
I think at this point Thora's like, Aelin, what
The information, yes.
what have you been up to?
So I am to believe that you folk, you're not aware of any of what I'm going to say then. You don't know about the solar incendiator.
No.
Well, we have a problem, and it's not a small problem. It's an artifact which I have been looking into along with my coven, and it's magical. I have no problems with magic, of course. It's just another form of magic, but the use that it is being put to is rather concerning, to say the least. The Solar Incendiator is an artifact that can drag prime locations into the hells. You understand my concerns.
Yes. And he pulls out like a piece of paper and starts taking notes.
The problem we have is that this has potentially fallen into, or will potentially fall into, unwanted hands. It is my belief that we should try and secure it, or at least ascertain its location, so as to, well, you wouldn't want to be dragged to hell and back, would you?
Here's your
No.
tea. Here's your tea. I brought enough for everybody.
Oh,
And she sets a tray on the table with 3 cups and a teapot. The smell is faintly of raspberries, and there's a little honey pot there on the tray as well. She says, and I'll have the food just out as soon as it's ready.
we very much appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
As she walks away, he's going to do a nature check on the tea, see if he can determine what's in it.
Okay.
Aelin, how did you come across this information?
Mother Morgra has been helping me to look into it. She has ascertained that one has been constructed in Horta, but is unsure of where. I've been sent to find its precise location, as well as to gather the help of the rest of the Fellowship.
Wait, one's being constructed? There could be more than one.
There could be, but the one which is the biggest problem at the moment would be the one in Horta.
Okay. I mean,
You wouldn't want it to fall into the hands of the Archfey or any of the Archangels or Archdevils, would you?
that's no question.
At Horta, Thora's ears twitch a little bit. And he continues examining the tea, but like he looks agitated.
Something the matter?
I have a small shrine outside of Horta that is being maintained by my apprentice. We need to look into this as soon as possible.
But if they're we do, but I'm
It's-
a little split.
There is a distinct possibility that this could be connected to the problem of the nightmares.
So you made a 20 on your nature check.
Yes, total of 31.
So you're looking at the tea. Now it's already steeped, so it's not like you can examine the herbs themselves. And the first thing you notice is blackberry it's really overpowering. Like you can tell it's meant to flavor something, probably cover the flavor of something else. But as you sniff it and kind of stir it around, you can't tell everything that's in it. You would be able to if you saw it dry, but there are two things that you see, just some granules or something that escape in there. And one of them you notice is Volodny ash. So the Volodny are a plant race, and that it's like someone has burned a Volodny and used the ashes of their tree corpse as part of the tea, which would make it extremely addictive and mentally it would definitely alter someone's mental state. You also come across what you think is a piece of ironwood, just a slight little barb there in there, and that you think that is probably the combined with whatever else is in there is meant to have a negative effect on a person's connection with divinity. It isn't. It is considered mundane, but you're thinking, man, this is going to make someone like you hard for you to channel divinity.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's really strange to have these. You can't tell what else is in there, but you're pretty sure that whatever's in there is not as herbal and
good
for you as, like, you don't want to take a drink. I'll just put it that way.
Well, geez,
Gotcha.
It's got a burned up sentient plant creature in it. I was done with that.
At noticing that, he takes the teapot and like purposefully pours himself a cup, but does not serve anyone else. And then like as subtly as he can, and I'll roll sleight of hand if I have to, dumps it on the floor just so that these two can see it.
Okay. You can make either a bluff or a thievery check on that.
Okay. Both of those are bad.
So
Going
you
with
want
thievery.
you want us to see you dump it on the floor, or don't?
I want you two to see it specifically, and then I will expound. That's an 18. I rolled really high, thank God.
Pretty good.
Okay. And he whispers real low, don't drink the tea. There are ingredients inside which not only are addictive and mind-altering, but there's ironwood shavings inside which would negatively affect your ability to channel your god's power.
Well, I was not going to partake anyway. I'm not the biggest fan of raspberries.
Okay, so she comes out and has a greasy plate of like eggs and sausage, and says, "Oh, you've done spilled your tea. Let me get you a fresh pot."
Oh, there's no need. There's still plenty in the pot. We'll continue to split this one.
Oh, well, can I serve you some?
No, thank you. I've already had a couple mouthfuls. My hand just slipped. I apologize. I'll serve these two myself.
Oh, none for me. I'm deathly allergic to raspberries.
Oh, well, I can get you some without the berries. The berries just it's kind of potent, It leaves an aftertaste if you don't have it flavored with the berries. That's
My
why
friend prefers not to have drinks with her meal. You understand, fashion of the cities.
Oh, okay, well, you at least enjoy the eggs. They're delicious.
Don't eat the eggs. Don't do it.
if you'd like,
Lavender has flashbacks to the candy situation. She's like, that one was good. I don't know.
That's not-
So if you're not much of a tea drinker, would you like something stronger? Perhaps some ale, some wine?
Day drinking. What kind of pub is this?
The kind that serves alcohol.
During the day?
Well, why not?
Why not?
I didn't think Miss Hollins were like that.
She yells over. She says, I'm telling you though, the tea really is something. And she yells over at the men over there. She says, hey Garrett, tell them about the tea. And this guy kind of turns his head and he looks like, hey, and he just says, yeah, it's great. It's great. Every day. Been here twice a day. You'll never want to drink anything else. Trust me. Fantastic. And then he turns around and goes back to his.
All right, and then Lavender will pour herself a glass, cup, mug thing.
Okay.
And as she does so, can I do a survival check to figure out what it is? Or is it the same? Is it? I don't know.
The tea he just poured on the floor?
No. I'm not scooping the tea up off the floor. I mean, gonna pour myself a glass from the teapot.
So she's standing right at the table, like waiting to watch you either eat or drink something. She's like,
Thora begins eating.
Do you need some salt, some pepper?
Oh no, actually, this is excellent.
Actually, sorry to be such a bother. This isn't really my kind of thing. Do you grow this? Do you have a garden at the back?
We don't. We just order from the local market.
Oh, are they nearby?
On the other side of the river. You probably passed it when you were coming in. The market?
Yeah, no, I okay. So you don't get the tea ingredients yourself?
No.
Do you mix it yourself? You said you're quite the chef.
Well, I just follow the recipe. It's what's in there. It's.
Oh, you have a recipe.
Uh-huh.
Who from? Can I?
I think it's from Mrs. Rainville.
Oh, the owner of the pub, right?
Right, yeah.
So she's used it for a long time.
No, it's only a recent thing. It's when the whole bad dreams started, different remedies, we experimented with some different things, and whatever she came up with seems to work for people.
She must be quite smart to just come up with this.
She is. I mean, she's made up lots of recipes.
Oh, with magical properties?
Oh, there's no magic. It's just
But
it's just the
seems to
mundane.
conquer these nightmares.
Well, sometimes it's like a glass of warm milk helps you fall asleep. If you
No
if you
offense,
drink-
but no glass of warm milk has ever beaten a demon.
No, but I'm sure this whole nightmare business is probably people's exaggerating and
Yes, an entire town has begun to hallucinate at the same time. Quite fascinating.
yeah.
Don't play with me. I mean, this must be an old folks' tale. Come on, tell me the story of the town.
Of the
Eating
town.
eggs.
Of
There
East
must
River.
be these plants must be local for her to know how to use them so well.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not much into the plants myself.
Oh, so you've never worried if you put in a little bit extra of something or a little bit less of something else that it would go wrong?
That's why I just follow the recipe.
Oh, well,
Go
this
on,
sounds.
try it. You'll like it.
Oh, now that I know unskilled hands have made it, I'm a little concerned. Could I see the kitchen?
Sure.
Thank you. And she stands up.
Are you performing a health inspection on this place?
Why not? Those of us without manners make all kind of imposition. She makes her way to the kitchen.
Okay, in the kitchen you can see is down in the kind of the bottom left corner or bottom right corner, depending on how you're looking at it.
Okay.
Down here. Yep. So
Cool.
she walks you over and you step in and she kind of motions for you to enter and says, well, there it is. You can see the recipe book's open right to the page of the tea.
Oh, wonderful. I have a look at it.
It just says 1 scoop of red, 1 scoop of black, 2 scoops of brown, and then there are glass jars that have unlabeled jars that just have the different colored substances in them.
Oh my good lord.
While Lavender is in the kitchen, Thora turns to Aelin and says, they're using Valadni ash. They're using sentient creatures in this tea. And his normal, like, neutral facade fades for a moment, and he looks furious.
This is worse than I anticipated.
We need to...
Don't you think we should stay? We should not stay a moment longer in this town.
I need to figure out why this woman is doing this.
So she says, so see, everything's fine. Was there anything else you wanted to see?
I'm sorry. Yes. You're going off colors?
Well, it does make it easier.
I'm sorry. How old are you?
I'm 29. Thank you very much.
And you're going off colors. You're going off colors. You're going off colors to make things that affect a magical. Okay.
Well, sometimes
you're going off colors.
Sometimes we
Oh my, do you even know what? Do you know what these colors mean? Do you know what they are? Do you know what they do? Do you know what you're doing?
Well,
do you know what you're mixing, or are we just pouring in the colors? What if I got you like red crushed candy and you put it in there? Would you still think it was okay?
I'm writing you a health code citation right now.
Lavender is panicking. This woman, like, regardless of whether or not she's doing the wrong thing, to her, this woman is potentially poisoning an entire town and just mixing together these random things that an old lady who could have dementia or, something has handed her in a jar.
He says, are you okay? I could make you a tonic if you're...
No. What are we gonna mix? Blue, green to get yellow tonic? No.
Well, yes.
Oh my goodness.
I do have a.
She is not quiet about this. Like.
Yeah.
I do have a very good sleep aid if you'd like to take a nap. We have some room.
No, I want to see your entire recipe book. If I flip to the book, are they all just like color recipes? So like 2 scoops of green.
Nope. They're almost all of them are food recipes, and they're normal things like flour and eggs and.
Okay. So your owner, who you admitted is far too frail to be running a tavern, handed you a recipe which just said, put in 2 scoops of red, put in 3 scoops of green, and you never thought to say, this sounds different. Once?
Well, if it works, it works.
No.
No.
Poison can make you feel good if you take a little bit of it. That's not...
Poison? Are you saying I'm poisoning people?
Potentially, yes. I'm very concerned. Oh gosh, I am giving you a health inspection. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm gonna confiscate the tea. It's okay. It's fine.
No, I'm sorry.
We're gonna bring out some chamomile, some normal teas. All right. She starts picking up the jars.
No, I'm gonna need you to put those.
Oh God, I'm the sister.
You're gonna need to put those back down. And she kind of stands with her hands on her hips in the doorway, like. And
I just give her like a waving. No. Oh no. I start pouring it down the sink. No. Oh no, this is going.
Are we hearing any of this commotion?
Yeah.
Just not being quiet.
I was about to interject with that too.
Have we arrived yet, by the way, Odelia and Sister Fadaver?
You guys are very close. So she said, as you go to dump it down, and she says, I don't think so. And her hand reaches out and a vine shoots out of her hand to attack you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
This is what happens when we don't have a recipe. You get vines in your hands. Oh my God, I hate these dice.
Are we all rolling initiative, or is it just?
All rolling, yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That is very good, actually.
Yes.
19.
19 for Aelin.
Save me, Aelin.
Lavender.
We'll see.
We'll
Lavender
see.
got 6.
Lavender probably going to be last. Dora.
I got a 16.
Nice. Bear.
21.
Surprise!
And Odelia.
8.
Oh.
At least I'm consistent.
Okay, so this surprise round will just be it's one action between Shonda and Lavender. And Lavender, you're like so engrossed in this that you're just not acting fast enough. And a vine. So we're gonna put there is a wash basin in M13. So we'll put you in M14. Does that work?
Yep.
And she was in the doorway at J16. Shonda.
Damn,
So
that's one heck of a vine.
It is a one heck of a vine, yeah. So this vine comes out. It's got a plus 13 against your AC. So that's a 20 versus AC.
My AC. Yeah, no, that hits.
That hits. Okay, so you're gonna take 17 points of damage, and she pulls you forward into square L14. So she does kind of the Mortal Kombat Scorpion move, just not very, doesn't pull you over. But yeah, she says, "I don't think so," and reaches and throws out this vine, and you come toward her, and you see it's almost like her hair starts to move of its own accord, like there's something up with this human woman.
Oh my god, I angered Medusa.
What do you want to do to her?
Mind lock. Let's go.
Okay.
Shut her down. Natural 20. Okay.
Oh.
Alrighty. I'll pick it up, everyone. Let's angle this down.
Here we go. Big money.
Okay. Frickin' do it. No, I shall not. You can't see, but that's a 9.
Oh.
So no. Pretty sure 9. Oh wait, 9 plus stuff.
Yeah, plus
had-
your attack bonus.
Which I definitely read. Plus 7.
Against Will?
It is against, yes.
Sorry, that doesn't back it up. But it's a solid hit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. So 1d8 plus 5 damage, and she has hindered movement. Yes. 1d8. I know d8 dice. Oh, that's an 8 plus 5. So 8 plus 5 damage.
13.
Thank you.
Cody M. Do math.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So what's
It's
so
incredible.
what does your power look like?
Lavender was completely absorbed in the sink, and then she's ripped away by this vine, and so she grabs onto the vine with both hands and stares back at her, glares at her. It's a lock and glare.
And she shrieks, like what? Like get out of my head! And then we go to the top of initiative as she yells, "Garrett and Johan!" And the two men who've been sitting at the counter or sitting at that table, they get up and they move to square I-16 and I-15. And she's in the doorway, so they're not going to really get past, but they're there. One of them has a big old pewter stein in his hand, and the other one, as he gets up, smashes a chair and is holding a big old chair leg. And they're looking like they're just ready to fight, but sort of with a glazed look on their face. Next would be Sister Faudever. So Sister Faudever and Odelia, you guys you have the Windy Goose in sight. It's about 10 squares away from you, and you hear from outside, you hear a shriek, and you're pretty sure that it's not one of your companions, but it doesn't sound like a ruckus good time kind of shriek. So,
because she's been dragging Odelia the entire way, as long as Odelia puts up for it, and running probably much faster than little Odelia's legs can carry her. What's Odelia's speed?
6.
Yeah, you're -5 because I wear, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I wear heavier armor, so she tried to drag you, and you might have wound up dragging her. So,
But did you hear that? That does not sound like fun. That sounds like something we ought to get stuck in.
all right, she looks at you and says, "I told you we shouldn't have left them alone." She never told you, but it just sounds.
No, you didn't.
I most certainly did.
Fine, just go. I'm not going to argue with you.
That's too bad because she's definitely going to keep picking it. Okay, so are we outside?
Yep, you're outside. You're 10 squares away from the door.
Okay. Well, I'll double move to get to the doorway.
Okay. You want to run?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll run. So that's 7. That's all. Yeah, I'll run to get into the inn. So where is the entrance? What square?
It's that I-5.
Okay.
And the door's not a like latch thing. You just kind of push on it and it goes in. So
all right. So she will wind up in square G5.
Okay.
And she runs in the door and she goes, "I heard a squealing."
Well, it was about time you showed up.
Who are you torturing?
It's not a good time, sister.
No,
Okay.
And Aelin has stood up now. Lavender is in trouble. This whole town is in trouble, and we have more trouble on the way. Are you going to help? Are you going to help, or are you going to hinder?
Well, I have no doubt the town is in trouble now. She looks just right at you. But that's it. That's my full turn. That was my minor action, was yelling at Aelin.
And Aelin, it's your turn.
Well, I can't tarry here whilst one of our sisters might be in peril. And so I'm going to start moving towards the ruckus. Does double moving means I can still use a minor action, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I will double move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can probably get down to I-13 or I-14.
Yeah, you can get to I-14 if you want to be right next to one of those men.
Yes.
Okay.
I will do that.
So you go back, you go down there, and that Johann, one of the guys is there, and he's facing toward the doorway, but he sees you come, and he's got this pewter stein in his hands, and he looks and he says, just shakes his head like, mm-mm.
Feel infernal wrath coming.
And what do we think we're doing here?
None of your business. Get back.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't say the magic word. Let's see what minor action I can do.
You can use your action point too if you want to take a full standard attack.
Or why not infernal wrath? Why not?
He's got to hit you first. That's a reaction.
I might. Can I hold my action for if he does attack me?
If you your actions are already used unless you're using an action point, and then you have to use it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can curse him. That's a minor action that you have.
I'm thinking I'll curse him. I will use my Warlock's curse to curse him once I say use the magic word.
All right. So Johann is cursed. Thora.
We didn't 100% establish exactly where he was. Was he in like?
I put him in H4.
H4. Okay, that's why I had him too. I just wanted to make sure. Thora is going to What is his movement? Let me just make sure I have that right.
It's probably 6.
Okay, yeah, it is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's going to double move as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, no. He is, and just make sure I'm not overshooting. He's going to try to move to G16 or G15.
Okay. Either one.
Okay, he can hit either one. All right. So he's going to move to G16.
Okay.
And then B shape.
B shape.
Turn into his
I
swarm
thought you
of...
said B shape.
It's close. He turns into a swarm of scarabs.
Or the letter B, whichever it is.
Just
Okay.
a whole bunch of bees.
So Shonda turns and she's like, ugh. And she turns back and looks at Aelin and Thora, and she holds out her hands like this, and this sort of pink mist peels off. It just goes right around those men and is going to attack you guys. So it's against Will, Thora, 17, and Aelin, 24.
17 does not hit Thora.
Yeah, I think 24 is going to hit.
Okay, so you feel just a loathing for Thora. You look at those. You look at that swarm of bugs, and you're like, "Ugh, I gotta step on those." So you go running around the table into square F16, and you get to make a basic attack against Thora.
Oh,
Is this
boy.
where we find out what happens if you squish one of the bugs, but not all of the bugs?
Yes.
He's going to have holes in him.
Basic attack.
Melee basic attack is one of your green powers on your character sheet.
Yep. You're very lucky I rolled on that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you wield?
She has an iron scar rod. It can look like
Oh.
whatever you want it to look like.
It's
So
yes,
it's like
very
ice
sharp
water.
and pointy dagger.
And the bugs are moving around this thing.
There's bugs everywhere, and she can't hit one.
Like she goes after a big cluster, and as soon as she swings down, they just like, and then just reform into clusters.
So she sees that you missed, and she's like, oh, just so disgusted. And then she yells, you filthy imps better earn your keep. And
Say imps.
she says imps. Uh-huh.
Crap.
Oh, great.
And now it would be Odelia.
So where am I right now?
You are 10 squares away from the door.
10 squares away from the door, like
The front door. Yep.
off the map.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, then I will just run.
So that if you take a double run, you can be 4 squares into the tavern, wherever you want.
6.
No, if I'm 10 squares away, I can only be 2 squares in.
When you run, you move your speed +2, so you would be able to move 16 squares. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
6 squares
okay.
into the tavern.
All right. Well, then I am going to do that, and I am going to run. Oh, can I go in this side door instead by the kitchen? If I heard that's where.
Yeah, you can go try that door if you want. Yep.
Can I?
That'll save you a little bit.
Yeah. Can I go that way? Because I would imagine that's where I heard the ruckus coming from, and I'm
Yep.
not worried about sticking with Sister Fadaver.
Yeah. So that door opens. You can see it swings out, so you can get to that door and then be in square N13 if you'd like.
N13.
With a double move, you can be in square, and you see this sight of Lavender faced off with an angry barmaid, and through the door you can see Thora in a swarm of bugs.
All right. How do I know? I don't know what my minor actions are because now I can only use a minor action, right?
Right.
Unless you want to use your action point.
I think I might. So how do I know what my minor actions are? I don't see them on my character
At the top of your powers on any sheet, it says like your bless is a minor action, but you already used it today.
I see where it is. I did already use that. But it looks like that is really my only
That and healing word.
minor action, but I can only use that once per day, so I'm gonna hang on to that. All right. I am do I see is Lavender under direct threat? Is she still being attacked by those vines?
She's not, but you can tell she was hit.
Okay. Then I'm just going to use my minor action to say, what is going on here?
And Lavender, it's your turn. Answer if you will.
I look back at Odelia and I go, she was not a stupid villager. Still, like one hand is holding onto a jar of powder. I point to her because I'm, still engaged in battle with this vine lady. And so I will do a radiant smite against her. As my standard action.
Spider, is that a melee attack?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna shift a square closer to her.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Nope. Good. K15. I'll put you in K15. Bash away.
Yep. So 11 plus 9, which is 20.
Which
I can add.
unfortunately is a miss.
Oh really? Okay.
Yep. Her AC is a 22.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Well, that's awkward. But also okay because
she does a move like from the Matrix as you go swinging, a really solid hit. She's like, "Grr." You're thinking, wow, she is very, very spry for a barmaid.
It's almost like she's not a barmaid. And then for a minor action, I will do distract, which is a mental barrage to momentarily confuse the enemy. Which is a ranged attack actually, so maybe I won't do that.
But if you do that first, you'll have combat advantage and you'll have hit her.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Will
that
you
would
judge
make
me?
sense.
Okay, cool.
Especially because 4th edition, remembering your minor action would be a learning curve.
Thank you. Sorry, everyone. Well, that's a 3.
I don't think she's distracted. Sorry.
You don't have to roll for the distract. It's automatic.
Oh.
It's an effect.
Oh, okay.
Basically, anytime you use distract, you go, boom, I get combat advantage. I get a +2 to hit. So you hit her.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
No worries. So your radiant smite hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, awesome. Heck yeah.
If she does so, unless Ryan has some nasty trick up her sleeve.
No tricks. Nope. So she's like, get out of my head. And that distraction is just enough that you clobber her.
Heck yeah. Okay, 2d10.
Oh, it's a real big clobber then, is it?
It's a big hit. It's a big boy. That's an 8 plus 10, 18 plus 5.
23.
Wow.
Thank you. Save me from the math. Okay.
And you use a sword, right?
I use a hammer.
Oh, a hammer. That's right. You're a hammer.
Or she's the logic hammer.
The logic hammer.
I am.
It's a tool and a weapon. Very logical.
Yeah.
So you come up, you hear like bones crunching, and she lets out that same shriek, and Odelia and Sister Potter are like, "Oh, that's who made the sound before." It was definitely her. And she's yelling, "Kill her already! Kill her!"
And I look to Odelia and I say, "I think we found the source of the poison."
Yes. Okay. Back up at the top, we have our mindless humans. So one of those guys, Garrett, he slides past Shonda into square K16, provoking an attack of opportunity from Lavender. Would you like to make that?
Yeah. Oh no, that's Lavender. I'm Aelin.
Yeah, other
I'm
one.
I'm dumb.
Stop it. Yeah, I will.
Okay. AC 18,
15.
15.
Wait, is
Okay,
it-
so
Do I add anything, or is it just a straight roll?
no, you add your half your level plus your strength plus your weapon.
Oh, okay. 15, half my level, 2,
Yeah, it's
plus
more
my
than enough.
strength. Save me. 4. So yes, okay.
Yeah, so you whack.
And then damage on that would be a standard hit, melee
Yep.
basic.
Mhm.
Oh, it was melee basic. I probably could have just done that. Okay. 1d10 plus 5. Okay. I have a d10 here. That's a 4 plus 5. That's 9. Hey.
Okay, so as he goes past you, you clobber him, and he looks like like I don't feel that. You know, what are you trying to do? Kiss me? You know, he doesn't even seem to faze him, and he takes this chair leg two-handed and comes to bash you in the head. He's got a plus 10 versus AC. That's an 18.
Me?
Yeah,
Well, that's just my AC. So yeah.
your
hits.
AC is 18.
Yep.
Okay, so you got hit
Ouch.
with 14 points of chair leg damage.
I don't look good.
No. So he clobbers you to the side of the face. You've got like blood pouring down your ear, and your head is ringing. Johann, the other guy, moves over to this swarm of scarabs with this pewter stein and starts swinging at the bugs. Same deal. Plus 10 versus AC. That's a 13. I'm
13
guessing
does
that's a
not
miss.
hit.
So he's swinging this thing and scoops up maybe a couple of bugs that just crawl back out, but no damage to. Next would be Sister Fadaver.
So one of the thugs is attacking Thora, and the other one ran into the kitchen.
Right, and is
What's-
attacking Lavender.
What square is he in?
He's in K16.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I know. And what square is Lavender in?
Lavender is in K15.
Okay, that's what I thought. I had to fix one person. Okay, cool. Well, I'm kind of far away from everybody. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My movement's 5. So I'm going to double move again and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Can I climb up onto the table?
Yeah.
It's not very dignified. Do I need to make an athletics check or anything? Or
No.
okay.
Like lifting up the edge of your habit. Like, hang on. Ugh.
Yeah. She has a full length
It'll cost you
robe.
an extra square. It'll cost you an extra square, like difficult terrain, but it's not anything challenging.
All right. So she comes running in. And Ross goes, "Odelia, we have to." And then Odelia's not there, and she goes, "Oh!" And then she comes running in. I'm going to wind up in square 15H on top of the table.
Okay.
And so I have a pretty good view of Shonda.
Yep. And
And
you can see the other two behind her. Yep.
okay, so she is going to divine challenge Shonda,
Okay.
and she's going to say, "Why don't you come out of your kitchen and face me, you sinner?" That's divine challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Action point it or no?
No, I'm just divine challenging her. I'm hoping Lavender is going to divine challenge her too, and then we'll just keep shocking her because she'll have to attack one or the other.
Okay. So you are up on the table, and you hear just before this attack, you hear a little, and That's a 12 plus 8. 20, 22, I guess, with combat advantage. 22 versus AC.
Yes, that will hit me, unfortunately.
All right, so you're going to take 15 points of damage and ongoing 10 poison and a -2 penalty to fortitude, save ends both. As an imp appears right next to you with its stinger that you see retract out of your neck, and this like sinister grin of this red-skinned imp, like I got you.
Okay, so it sticks her, and she grabs for it and goes, "Aelin, call it off!"
Nice. We're clapping.
Gotta have somebody to yell at. You know those people. You know those people that have to have someone to blame. That's...
So,
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I was going to check. Are any of you trained in perception?
Let me check.
I think Lavender.
Yes.
So what's your passive perception?
21.
21. Okay.
She's not the kind of person who notices things.
So
No, she's not.
Thora, if you've got a 21 or higher, you hear after this, you hear another buzz that's a little farther back toward that guy in the corner. But nothing appears, nothing happens. So that would be an imp. Aelin, your turn.
Am I still?
No, you're not compelled or anything. You're you.
Ugh, thank goodness you're hard to hit. All right. So, on this map, is the doorway still blocked?
The doorway is still blocked by Shonda.
Well, and the other two men are still causing problems.
Yeah, one's on the other side of Thora and one's on the other side of Shonda.
I'll have you know, Father Fair, that I am not responsible for this one.
Well, you're the only other person in the room with horns.
That's racist.
It's not my turn. I really can't say it. It was juicy.
The bugs start forming words in common, like "sister." We talked about this. I couldn't resist that one.
That's awesome. I'm getting rebuked in skywriting. That's fantastic.
Like
Then
those
prove-
full of fish and Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Prove you're not and drop a daily on this freaking imp that just poisoned me.
I mean, I could.
You
I'll
can do whatever you
start-
want.
I can do whatever I want.
You
and I
can.
will.
It's a freaking. You will.
I want.
She's going to start by taking a few steps towards Shada?
Shonda,
Shanda. And the aura around her starts to become dark and her hair is flowing in all directions as she's going to cause fear.
Okay. Do you want to be right next to her? You can be right next to her in square I-15 if you'd like.
I would, please.
Okay.
And she's going to reach out with her nails and bring her hand up to Shanda's face to cast Cause Fear.
Okay. Her will is 22.
Oh.
I know. AC and will are her biggies.
Apparently.
Well, I have a +7 versus will, so I should still need to roll, won't I?
Yes, you do, however, have a lucky charm magic item that lets you roll 1d6 and add the result to a tackle if you miss. So
Let's see if I miss first.
let's see. Big money.
That was a natural 19.
Oh,
Ooh la
snap.
la.
26.
We'll take that there.
Be gone from my sight, vermin. Lay your hands off of my sisters and my colleagues.
What is that? That sends her running, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yep, she has to take a move as far away as she can. Equal to her speed plus Aylin's charisma modifier.
Which is how much?
1.
-2.
Why you gotta be so
Bang.
salty?
Bang, bang. There's not.
Okay, so she's actually quite a track star here. Her speed is 8.
Oh my
So-
Whoa.
god.
So she goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So she is in square O10, running right past both Lavender and Odelia, provoking attacks of opportunity from both of them.
And
Oh,
Aylin, too.
yeah.
She ran away from
Oh,
Aylin.
yeah, and Aylin. So hit her. Her AC is 22.
Oh
Uh,
man.
16 plus 9?
That's a hit.
16 plus 9. Cool. All right. 1d10. Let's make it count. Oh my god.
Hammer time.
9. Yeah. 9 plus 5. 14.
That bloodies her, by the way.
Yes. Cool,
So
because I'm bloody too.
You
Oh,
come
no.
back with this hammer, and you hear more bones crack, and she's like, "Ah!" as she limps past.
Yeah, I'll just use a melee for my attack of opportunity. 17. It's not gonna
Yes.
hit.
Odelia,
I rolled a 25.
that'll hit.
Oh.
So
Yay.
as she
Oh my
comes running
gosh.
past me, my face is contorted with rage, and I see her coming from a ways off, and I say, "You're the one responsible for these poor babes!" And I just jab her with my harpoon as she comes my direction,
Oh,
and that is 14 damage.
Oh. She got hammered and harpooned. Bam.
So yeah, she's like wrenches it off her and is like, I gotta get away, and goes running out the door.
Nice move, Aylin.
Nice.
That was excellent.
All right, Thora.
As a swarm of beetles, oh crap, I have a couple options. Can he see Lavender from his position? Or is like the door blocking?
You know where she is. You know she's there. You catch
Okay.
her.
Thora is going to move to square J16.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity from one of the men.
That is okay.
Okay. That's a 15 plus 10, 25.
25 does hit.
Okay. So he's gonna do, but it's a 1 on the die roll. So he does 7 points of damage, which I think you reduce to.
Yes.
by
Oh,
your
that makes the
constitution.
math really easy. Nice. And then for
So,
a
and a couple of the little scarabs splatting to the wall.
yeah. With my minor action, a seed materializes in the center of the swarm and like rolls toward you, Lavender. It's I cast Seed of Healing. If you use it, let's see. You can use it. You can consume it with a minor action, and it will heal 10 plus my healing surge, so 21 points of healing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
please.
Nice.
it uses one of my healing surges, but it's worth it. And then he is going to use, where is it? From his position here, he is going to use Savage Rend on the guy engaged with Lavender.
Okay. Rendway, his AC is 18.
Where'd that go?
it's
Oh,
versus-
there it is.
It's versus
Yeah, it's-
reflex.
Yeah, it's versus reflex.
It's only 15.
Oh, that hits then. That's a 19 to hit for 12 points of damage.
Now, I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep picturing now the swarm forming into like pointy shapes and poking or something.
Yeah. They fly in and start nibbling on him.
Okay. It is Shonda's turn. She is going to move toward the front door.
Boo.
She moves into square G7. And she yells out, "Are you just going to sit there and let them kill me?" And then she is going to roll an attack on Sister Faudever.
Where did you say she is?
Actually, she's going to end up in F8.
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 Okay.
So she's going to roll. It's a range attack against your will. That is a 22 versus will.
Yep, she got me.
Okay, well, you don't even have to move your speed. You just see right there Aelin, and from the table, Chopper.
Oh, no.
Nice melee attack on Aelin.
Oh.
What was that for?
I feel like she hardly needed any provocation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Not really. Okay, that's a 17 plus 11, 38 or 28. And it's at least it's just a 10 points of damage with the great sword.
Jeez.
So I'm taking 10 points of damage.
Unless you can do, you can hellish rebuke me if you feel so inclined. All right. So she just swings the greatsword. And she's like, "Woo!" and swings the greatsword at you and is gonna cut you.
No. Stop.
Aelin's just going to stagger forward and glare back at her.
Dear.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Very
So
satisfying.
she yelled that. Are you just going to stand there from the corner? The guy who's had his back to us in B16. He gets up, kind of like this from the chair, just almost irritated at being disturbed, and he looks at Sister Faudever and says, "No, she's not the only one with horns in the room." And he pulls back his cowl, and there is a red-skinned devil.
Okay.
And he smiles at you, and he is going to move into square F15.
Oh crap!
Oh no!
Big. I mean, he is like he's a brute. He looks almost like a Goliath in his size. And as he kind of throws his cloak back, you see a chain just kind of trail, and he starts like
No.
Oh.
So here he goes. Some hellish chains. Here we go. +8 versus reflex. That's a 25 versus reflex.
Mine's 15.
How many people is this hitting?
Just Sister Faudever.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take 9 points of damage, and you are
Probably deserve that.
restrained. Save ends as the chains wrap around you and like kind of that's trying to pin your arm. You still have some movement, but you're restrained.
That hurt. So she gets whipped with these chains, and she looks down at Aelin and goes, "Don't tell me you're not enjoying this."
And he looks up and just kind of it's like pleasure. I mean, it's just pure pleasure on his face, and he's like, "Oh, I just love my chains around a sister of Vestera."
Oh.
Well, I can't say you didn't deserve it.
Karma's a
word.
Yeah.
Karma's a witch, and so am I.
Yes. Very good point.
Odelia, what do you want to do?
So is Lavender still in the kitchen with me?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
Sister Fada Bear is still in G16 ish, or she moved?
She's in H15.
Yeah,
Right.
H15 on top of the table and poisoned and bleeding and like
Okay.
she's a wreck.
And where is the big dude?
He is in square F15.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I am going to start moving around that island in the middle of the kitchen.
Okay.
And when I get up to where Lavender is, I'm going to say, "Don't worry, you're not alone." And I'm going to cast Water's Endurance on her, which I channel the resolute, overwhelming power of water. It protects me and my allies, and it imbues my weapon arm with great strength. So, but it means is I'm giving her a +2 to her armor class until the end of my next turn. For Lavender.
But I may also now covered in water again.
Yeah, you're wet. You're wet again.
So I like to imagine that's now mixed.
Worth it. It's very powerful water. I don't know what you want. If you want to complain, I can go help somebody else, I guess.
I was imagining like she's splashed with water for a second and then it like forms plates of like ice.
It's like a
on her
cloak.
armor.
It's like a water cloak that just wraps around her, and it's very lovely. It reflects the light beautifully.
No, really, it's great. I love being cold and wet and covered in blood. This is great. Everything's fine.
What I imagine is that's what it would look like in your head, but to all of us,
It's just covered in
it just
water.
looks like you're throwing a tiny bucket of
like
water.
wet cat.
Oh my gosh.
But you is very clean. Your wounds will not get infected.
I imagine she looks like a cat when it gets wet too. It's just like
Probably sounds like one too.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to help you, Sister Fadavera. I really am.
That's fine.
I'm coming.
Is that a standard action that you did?
That is a standard action.
Okay, so you do still have a move action, or excuse me, a minor action if you wanted to do.
I really don't have any great minor actions, so I just call out to Sister Fadavera. I'm coming to help. Don't worry.
Okay, on my turn, I'll respond.
Lavender.
okay, cool. I'm gonna be distracted by water being thrown on me.
Again.
Yeah, not thrilled, but actually,
Get used to it.
It's beautiful.
I think on seeing Aelin being hit by the sister, Lavender's instant reaction is to face step towards Aelin and get close enough, so teleport 5 squares, and then take the rest of the move towards, which I think is just 1 more square, towards Aelin to use Restore Vitality on her, which is 1 healing surge value, and you don't need to make a saving throw, but 1 healing surge, which
It's on
is
your character
11.
sheet.
So which square do you want to be in? Maybe like I-16?
right next to her.
Okay.
Because I have to, it's touch based.
Smacks you across the face, but you feel better because of it.
No, I don't smack her across the face. I think I douche. I grab her by the arm, panicked but not meaning to be. She's so emotional today. That's crazy. And then that is a. I think I'm going for the record for how many times I can say in one sentence. To be honest, it's all I'm good at. What? So that is a minor action. So I still have a standard action, which is cool. I'm now away from the dude who was attacking me, which was mean. And
But you're
I'm
next
gonna
to
do
another dude who will attack you with
How much am I healed for?
11.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
It is stuff. You're welcome. Melee basic attack next to the new guy then,
okay.
while giving the sister a what the heck look. Okay.
Meanwhile, an imp is choking her to death, and this guy is whipping her with chains. It's fine. I'm fine.
It's all happening very fast. It's a lot
Yeah.
to process. She was like,
We're not here to judge. We don't care what she's into. We just have to be supportive.
Jeez. Oh boy.
we're all weird
She's-
sometimes.
Judge not,
1949.
lest ye yourself be judged and all that.
She's
Oh, you've listened
horrified.
to her far too long.
She's more horrified by what Aelin says than she is by the 30 odd points of damage she just took.
You do hit with a 19.
Okay, no, 19. Yeah, 9 plus 5, 14.
14. Another 14. That's some solid hitting right there. So you come and hammer this guy with holding the stein. All right,
Yeah,
back up
that's
to the
what-
top. It is their turn. So Stein guy looks back at you and is like, again, you hear bone crunch, and he just seems like, I just don't care. It's not I'm immune to pain. It's that I'm so apathetic to it that I just don't. It just doesn't really matter. So he's going to turn around and bash you with this stein. He gets a 14. Rolls a 14, so I assume that's a miss. So swing and a miss with him, and then the other guy is going to use that chair leg to try and bash the bugs. That is a natural 1. So he goes and hits it and like smashes one of those crates there, and some rice spills out. Then it would be Sister Fadaver.
Well, I take 10 points of poison damage, which hurts really bad, dropping me to a lovely 15 hit points. So I'm restrained, which means it's immobilized, -2 to attacks.
And
Okay.
grant combat advantage.
And I grant combat advantage. Okay. Well, I'm not
Basically-
lacking that much. So with my minor action, I'm going to use Virtue. And she grabs her holy symbol and casts Virtue and says a prayer. And she says, I swear I hate the things. It's not what she said. And that's her prayer. And so she spends a surge of 12 and gets that as temporary hit points, which effectively puts me up to 27. I will also use my move action to use Lay on Hands on myself for
Such altruism, truly.
12. Well, I am dying here. Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Oh no, you're at
surge
27.
4. Actually, now I'm back up to full, but thanks. Okay. How's everybody else fixed for hit points? Is Aelin hurts?
24.
All fixed thanks to Lavender.
Thora, what are you down to?
I'm at 31 of
Okay. That's fine. That's all I needed to know. Okay. And with my standard action, it doesn't seem like a really good idea for me to attack while I'm restrained. So I'm going to channel divinity. So she takes her holy symbol, holds it aloft, and says, Lady of Healing, grant me the power of the 7 Marchers. And then she shouts out the names of all of the saints, and everybody gets to spend a healing surge as light explodes out of her holy symbol.
Nice.
Oh, wait. You get to spend a healing surge +4. Excuse me.
I am back up to full. Thank you.
And I have effectively saved versus the poison, unless, of course, I'm at some disadvantage.
Nope. And when you do that, and the imp and the devil both kind of shirk away from it. It doesn't hurt them, but they don't like it. Whatever, this radiant energy just that's healing is anathema to them.
Okay, now, other question. How do I get out of the restrained?
Just make a save.
That's it? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to spend my action point also and use Martyr's Retribution on the devil, the chain devil who's attacking me. And she swings around and says, I know you're evil. And then she takes the sword and she actually like slams the sword into her leg, and she goes, "Oh!" But it makes her sword like glow with white, vibrant light. And then she swings at the devil. What is his AC?
19.
That's an 18 plus 11. Martyr's Retribution does 4 die 10.
Oh dang!
Wow.
So, well, it costs me. I have to hurt myself to do it. It cost me Healing Surge, but okay, that's decent. So 15 plus 12 is 27. Plus 6 is 33 points of damage.
Dang.
33 points of damage.
23. Ouch.
So her sword blazes with light, and she goes, "I know you're evil," and swings it around and cuts into him. And then she screams out, "How dare you make me strike another priestess?" Even though it wasn't him. She's got to have somebody to blame.
So save against the restrained. Get rid of that.
Wow, was that some begrudging respect?
Well, it might have been horror. I failed, so I'm going to use Memory of 1,000 Lifetimes, and that's a 6. So I made the save with that.
Okay. So you, as you do that, you kind of throw off those chains, and he looks a little more than irked. Like there's a ooh. You had a lot more fight than he was anticipating.
Bringing the entire party back up to full is basically her specialty. So bring it.
Yeah. Well, he's looking at this at just a nun, and he just found out that this nun is like Rambo in a habit. So he's a little unnerved by that. Okay. So the imp on you, he is going to turn invisible.
Jerk.
Okay, the other imp.
The imp turns invisible, and she goes, "Aelin, stop him!" Like somehow she's supposed to stop him from being invisible.
The other imp moves into square G14, where the one just was, and is going to make an attack with invisibly. He has plus 10 versus AC, and that's a 17. Is that a hit, Matt?
On me? No.
Oh yes, yeah. No. Okay, so but you feel just a tiny little pressure as it chinks off the pauldrons of your armor, and the imp is there like, not me, not me. Whoops. So he misses. Aelin.
I would say I'm not a miracle worker, but really, I am. All right. So one imp is still invisible. The other one is
just appeared next to Sister Fodavere with his tail.
Okay. So I can see both, or just the one?
Just the one. Just the one. The other one turned invisible and flew away.
I'm going to think about whether I should risk hitting Sister Fodavere.
Well, there is a certain amount of karma.
Duck your head, sister. And I would like to cast Fiery Bolt at the one that just appeared behind her.
Okay.
Are you going to curse it first so you get your curse damage?
The Warlock's Curse? Yes, I probably should do that. I will point, as I'm summoning the fireball in one hand, I'm going to point at the imp and mutter under my breath a prayer to Vorna before unleashing the fiery bolt.
Okay. And he looks like he's trying to turn invisible right before your eyes.
That trick won't work on me. Can't see that. 23.
Hit.
Fantastic. So that's going to be 3d6 plus 5.
It's 4d6. You cursed him.
Oh, that's right. I can't count.
Big money.
People can help me count. So that's 3, 1,
4,
6,
10,
4,
14,
plus 5.
19.
19.
19. Oh, man.
And creatures adjacent to the target take 2 points of fire damage. I think that's me.
I did say to duck.
Yeah.
Okay, the devil behind Sister Fadaver ignores that. It's like just ignores it. But the imp takes the full lot, and it chars him, like shriveling his wings a little bit. He looks nearly bloodied with that one hit.
Nice.
All right.
Well, at least I'm not wet anymore. There's not.
No. There's some sea. Yeah.
There's
All right.
So what was that about not knowing dry towel, lavender?
Yeah.
There is a Sister Fadaver recognizes this clacking. It's the wing casings opening and closing rapidly.
Ooh.
And as he does that, it's the same rhythm as one of Bestera's psalms. Like it's the same rhythm to a Besteran psalm. And he casts Knack for Success on Sister Fadaver. You gain a +2 power bonus to your next attack roll.
Well, thank you. I think I'm inspired to drop another daily.
And then he that was with his minor action, and with his standard action, he is going to attack the thug in K16.
Right.
And with a close blast 3, will that hit Odelia?
No, you don't need to hit her.
Then I'm going to use Swarming Locusts.
Oh, I was. I'm confused.
I thought. Are you not in K? Are you in K16?
That's where I thought I was.
Oh, maybe I put you in the wrong spot.
I thought you were in K15.
That's
Okay.
where I have Odelia.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just step out of the way real quick.
As these scarab beetles fly at the creature, it is a Wisdom versus Reflex.
His reflex is 15.
Rolled a 16 on the die.
That'll do it.
Got to make sure I grab the right die, damage die. Oh, Dookie. I rolled a 1 on the die, so that's only 6 points of damage. But the enemies in that blast zone grant combat advantage, and I think Odelia is pretty close up next.
Oh.
So it's actually Shonda's turn now.
Dang it!
So Shonda she is going to move to square E14.
No.
And she looks at Sister Fadaver and says, hit her again, hit her again.
Oh, dear.
Oh, but she rolls a 4. So that's only 15 versus Will.
That's a nerve.
Yeah.
It's a nerve from her.
That's a nerve from her. Yeah. So what did she try to do? Did she try to enchant me?
He tried to make you attack Aelin again.
All right. She is just infuriated. She's like, how dare you?
Okay. And our friend the devil, he kind of chuckles at Shonda, just says magic's not as powerful on this upstart. And he is going to do Wailing of the Damned. So
Great.
he starts this horrible keening sound. It's a burst 5, which it's
Oh.
going to get everybody except Odelia.
Crapo.
Got enough blocking there, but
Delia's hiding behind the fridge. She's like, no, I can. La, 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 la.
so it's +8 versus Fortitude. Against Sister Fodivere, that's only a 10. Miss.
Ner.
Against Lavender, that's a 21. Versus Fortitude, hit.
Yeah.
Against Thora, that's a natural 1. Miss.
Yes.
And last but not least, against Aelin, that's a 12.
That would miss.
So the only one it hits is Lavender, who is going to take
Hello. I am the tank of the party today.
a hefty 21 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
You hear that keening, and it is so horrible. It's as if your own death passes before your eyes, and it is not a pretty death. It is not a fall in your.
Wait. Can I? Is that a spell?
Yes, it is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna challenge divinity. Channel divinity.
You're gonna
No,
challenge
channel-
divinity. I doubt your
I
faith.
turned into the dark side. I'm done. This is too hard. I'm over it. I would like to channel divinity and turn the spell back against the caster.
That's awesome. Is this the first time you've done this?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
You have to roll an attack against yourself. The same attack.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
You now attack yourself.
This is
Okay,
wild.
He rolled,
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
he rolled an 8. Plus 8 is a 16. His Fortitude is an 18.
No.
So he's doing this keening sound, and he's like, he's used to it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, when you hear like what you were talking about, hearing your own voice in Twitch. It's like he hears it in his head, and he's like, immediately stops the attack and is noticeably rattled, like, and looks at you, and he says, "What are you?" And he decides that now would be a good time to use an action point.
Oh no. Would it really?
Lulu, don't forget you have a little magical seed that costs nothing that heals you 21 hit points.
There you go.
Yes, but she took it.
Oh, you already did? Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't feel good.
He shifts into square G16 and is going to use his chains on you. So he
Okay.
swings
Oh
it
my.
around that thug and is going
Chain
to try
divinity.
and hit you. That's
Lulu.
a 23 versus reflex.
Versus reflex?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. Yep.
Thora, what square are you in? Sorry.
J16.
Okay.
So you take 12 points of damage as the chain wraps around you and your restrained save ends.
Okay. All right. Sorry, how much damage?
12.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, he turns his attention completely away from Sister Fodivere and is like, I don't know that he's ever had his magic turned on himself. He did not like it. So he does that. And Odelia, you're up.
Okay. So I am in K15.
Yep.
Okay. So I can't get all the way to Shonda then, right?
Not without provoking a multitude of opportunity attacks.
Unless you can teleport.
No, I cannot. Can I get to the chain devil without provoking attacks?
There's that thug who's in square K16. There's nowhere you can move. That's not going to provoke an attack from him. He's right next to you.
I missed that guy. Okay.
But he is granting combat advantage to you right now.
He is.
So does advantage work the same way as in 5e?
No, just a +2 to attack.
Oh, okay. Well then, I'm gonna save what I was gonna do then, because I didn't realize he was right there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stab him with my harpoon.
Woo!
And that is a 13.
A 13 versus AC.
Yeah. So not.
So a 15 with combat advantage.
Oh yeah, 15. Forgot about that.
It's still a miss.
No.
I'm just little, and I can't reach as far as sometimes I think I can.
So you go to reach, and he just takes that table leg and kind of catches the harpoon on it, and then shakes it loose.
Rude.
And you think you might be getting the table leg in a second.
Oh, dear.
Lavender, or sorry, did you want to do any minor or move?
No.
Okay, Lavender.
How do I get out of restraint again?
It's just a save. So at the end of your turn, save against it.
Oh, so I can't make any movements at the moment?
Right.
Any attacks?
You can
Okay,
attack.
cool.
You're just at a
Oh, I
minus.
can attack?
Mhm.
All right, cool. I'm going to consume holy water as a minor action.
gonna
Which
drink
gives
it?
me... Yeah, I'm going to drink it. Wait, do I throw it? It's ranged.
Yeah, you throw it.
I know what I'm doing. I'm so evil. You know what? It's ranged, but question, DM, because we're such good friends. I'm really, really close to this demon right now. So close.
Are you restrained?
I am, but I mean, like, it's probably in my pocket. What if it just kind of like crushed it and like spilled all over him? Oh no, what are we gonna do?
There's no
Hug him.
problem with you attacking the devil. The problem is that human between you and the devil who's going to bash you with a pewter stun
Oh,
when you throw.
all right, cool. I'm just gonna use staunching cloth armor because I'm in pain. Which is a minor action. Spend a healing surge. Which is 11 plus the armor's enhancement bonus.
So 13 total.
Oh, cool. Thank you. 13 total. I will take those points. So that's my minor. And I'm restrained and unhappy about it. But you know what? I'm gonna mind lock the devil because that sounds like fun. It's not gonna work, but no, it's not. 6 plus 7
No.
versus will.
His will is a
13.
bit higher than 13, I'm afraid.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
He holds onto the
I'm
chain with one hand, and he just goes like this with the other hand.
And I want to talk back, but I can't.
You can talk.
Oh.
You're not gagged. You're just being
No, but
held.
I'm angry and nonsensical.
Go ahead and save against the restrained.
Okay, let me out, please. 7. Do I add anything? Strength?
Nope, you're still restrained.
Damn.
Okay,
That was a horrible turn, by the way. Sorry
Thank
about
you.
that.
Thank you. Thanks, DM, for identifying that horrible turn.
I didn't know that as a newcomer to D&D. I thought that was really good.
I'm glad you
Make
cleared that
friends
one
with the
up.
devil, right?
You did get some healing, but otherwise we're completely ineffective. Sorry. Just
And don't give up. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I feel so much better now that
I
I'm covered
believe.
in liquid and chains.
all
Once
right.
again, judgment-free zone.
And that
Judgment-free
is
zone. That's
we will start with our two apathetic humans, a new round of initiative, a new round of combat next time, and
No.
where the battle takes us. And tonight, Tommy has our consider this.
I do. So it's December, which means Christmas is on, right? Held it in all the way until after Thanksgiving, but now it's all Christmas all the time. And so one of my favorite things about Christmas is, celebrating the Savior, and we celebrate, in our church, we have a program called Light the World every year where we talk about how he's the light of the world. But what I love about it is that it encourages us to ourselves become a light in the world. And so as I was thinking about that today, I thought about how fun and awesome D&D is for that very thing, and this kind of role-playing game and community that encourages each one of us to shine our own weird light in the world. And you know, D&D attracts so many different kinds of people. A lot of people that you wouldn't look at and say, oh, that lady definitely plays D&D in her spare time, or you know, and but all of us, each one of us has a gift that we can give to the world, and sometimes we might think that we should just push down what makes us different from other people because we don't want to seem weird or we don't want to be too unexpected. But if we do that, we rob the world of what is uniquely us. And that is not who we're meant to be. We're meant to shine for who we really are and not try and fit into anybody else's light bulb socket. We're our own light, and the world needs us. However we shine, that's what the world needs. Oh,
Any other thoughts?
I think that was very well said.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I think it's really easy to get caught up in the fact that we're not like someone else. You know, like I'm not like this person I admire. I don't have their talent or whatever, but I love that idea because that's been a struggle for me my whole life, to appreciate the light that I have to cast into the world and not want to share my light in a different way. And I'm sure for other people, it's the same thing. But I love that we're all born to be our most uniquely us. That's a beautiful thought.
It reminds me of a thought I actually had, a talk I had with my dad recently, which was essentially it boiled down to, what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is when you believe that you're not good enough at what you're doing, and somebody's eventually going to figure out you don't know what you're doing. But you invariably, you wouldn't be in the position you're in if you weren't doing something right. So don't forget that, like, even if doubt starts to creep in, you're there for a reason. So keep pushing forward, because the only time you fail is when you stop pushing forward.
One of the best descriptions of imposter syndrome I ever heard was from Andy J. Pizza, who does the Creative Pep Talk podcast. I love him so much. But he talked about how imposter syndrome comes from looking out horizontally and comparison. That's really, imposter syndrome is just comparison hiding itself, right? So if we're looking out and just comparing ourselves, we are always going to find somebody that will make us feel smaller. But if we are acting from love and from the light that we have and a desire to share that, then what everybody else is doing stops mattering so much.
So I've just put, you mentioned the Light the World campaign, and so I just put that a link that maybe Jeff can throw onto Twitch for a fun calendar that it has of just a way to get involved every day. Like today's, it says, think of someone who's an example of Christ-like service, highlight their example in social media. I mean, what a positive way to share how someone else's light has affected you. You know, like on Wednesday, it's eat lunch with someone new at work or school. I mean, they're simple things of making connections with others, but I think that it's important to do that, and I think D&D is a fun way to be yourself. Like, I mean, I look at this group. Matt and I knew each other, but I wouldn't know any of the rest of you if this game didn't exist. And that's that. And I can't think of another venue where I could meet two people from Australia. Like, it would be impossible. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I could think of a venue and it's called Australia.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe if I were a firefighter in the bush, but,
Yes.
since that's not the case,
Koala medic.
yeah, koala medic. But yeah, thanks, Tommy. Anybody else have anything to?
I'm going to very awfully segue, but speaking of fun calendars for the month of December and D&D, it is D&D December.
Yes.
There is a prompts list which is made by myself as I help to run the D&D December Twitter, where each day you can participate in creative outlets or discussions concerning each of the daily prompts. So today's is a long rest. So you're making art, writing, sharing your thoughts, doing some sort of creative outlet, or even just sharing your thoughts on this game that we all love in response to these prompts. And it's a great way to get involved in the community and meet new people, which is really what D&D should be all about, is meeting new friends and telling stories together.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Where can we find that calendar?
So it's pinned to the top of the Twitter of D&D December, which is at DND December 2019.
The letters DND, right?
Yeah, DND.
Okay. Very cool.
Very nice. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yay!
Okay.
Bye.
Peace out.